For a White House that promised transparency and honesty, that was going to be the big change between Trump and Biden. Well, today did not go well. Reporters questioning the press secretary about Mr. Biden's symptoms for COVID. Well, the reporters had a lot of questions, most of all, why they, the reporters, couldn't talk to the president's doctor.
Well, a couple of hours ago, right at 11 o'clock, you got a detailed letter from Dr. O'Connor. We've given you two detailed letters from Dr. O'Connor, and you've heard directly from him. Look, yes, you have. You've heard from the letter. That is hearing directly from him. We're not playing telephone here. You're hearing directly from the physician. Yes, it is. I mean, that is hearing directly from, in his words. In his words, you are hearing directly from Dr. O'Connor, as I read out. But I'm answering your colleague's question here, so.
Transparent, full transparency, honesty. You have to wonder if that would have worked during the Trump administration. Think about that. Karine Jean-Pierre's predecessor, though, former White House press secretary, said that the White House has planned since inauguration for this day. But here we are, and as you saw, that's the response. Niall Stanage, the White House columnist for our partners at The Hill, and joins us now. I think that's the testiest exchange I've seen between the White House press corps and anybody in the Biden administration so far.
I mean, I don't know who that reporter was. I couldn't actually see the exchange, although I could hear it. I don't know that I would characterize it as lacking transparency. I think that the doctor's letter has been read out twice. We have seen President Biden twice. We've seen photographs of him. I mean, I assume the doctor isn't particularly eager to go into the White House press briefing room, but that doesn't necessarily mean he has something to hide. It could mean that he's not very comfortable appearing before the national media.
I'm just sort of wondering, though, from an optics standpoint, in what is going to sort of force this issue, because I remembered and I covered and I was there at some of the press conferences when President Trump had COVID and then went to the hospital. Not only were his physicians in the briefing room and giving press conferences, but they were peppered over and over and over again about oxygen levels, temperature levels, whether he was getting oxygen via a face mask or through a nasal canal, on and on and on. Why shouldn't the Biden administration be forced to provide that level of transparency?
Because it has already provided that information via the letter, that there is no problematic suggestion in his vital signs of the major issues that you're talking about.
So
oxygenization, vital signs, and so on and so forth.
By that standard, at what point should the president's physician have to come out there, you think? Or when do you think they would make that change?
I think if the president's condition worsened to the point where hospitalization was a problem or where his vital signs weakened, I would assume that there would be a greater case to be made for seeing what the actual situation was. When we're seeing the president himself, albeit in virtual form on Zoom calls, I think the rationale or the justification for that is considerably lessened.
Fair point. We'll agree to disagree. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.